management team is here. Is the presentation ready? Ready.
Good day, respected members of the management team. Together with my group, we are the internal auditor of SM Prime Holdings Incorporated, and it is our privilege to present to you today the results of our business strategy analysis. As we continue to grow and expand across different sectors such as malls, residential, commercial, and tourism, it becomes even more important to take a closer look at how all our strategies align with our long-term goals. This analysis aims to provide a clear, data-supported view of where we are now, where we are headed, and how we can further strengthen our position in the industry. Using various strategic tools such as PASTEL, Porter's 5 Forces, SWOT, and internal capability assessments, we have evaluated key areas of performance, risk, and opportunity. The goal is not only to reflect on our current achievements, but to also identify areas where we can innovate, improve, and adapt, especially in a fast-changing economic and technological environment. Through this report, we hope to support the company's continuous improvement efforts and provide strategic insights that can help guide future planning and decision-making. I understand that as managers, you are already familiar with the company. But let me give you a short background and some important information about the company, which is the basis of this business strategy analysis. Our company, SM Prime Holdings Incorporated, was officially registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission on January 6, 1994. Since then, it has grown to become one of the biggest developers and operators of malls, hotels, condominiums, residential areas, convention centers, and other mixed-use properties in Southeast Asia. I would like to recognize the Board of Directors, led by Henry P. C. Jr., along with the excellent management team for reaching and keeping this strong position in the real estate industry. As of now, SM Prime has 87 malls in the Philippines and 8 in China. It also has 47 residential projects in Metro Manila, 20 in key provinces, 22 offices towers, 6 convention centers, and 2 trade halls. In the Philippines, the company holds a strong position in the real estate market with a 16.5% market share, which is equal to 114.05 billion as of December 2023. SM Prime Holdings Incorporated has a vision to build and manage innovative and sustainable properties that help improve quality of life. While this goal is clear and positive, the vision statement could be improved. It doesn't clearly state what the company wants to become in the future, it lacks inspiration, and doesn't include a specific timeline. It also uses complex terms that may be hard for some people to understand. To be more effective, the vision should be more future-oriented, motivational, and easier to relate to, with a clear deadline. The mission statement focuses on serving customer needs, helping employees grow, supporting communities, increasing investor value, and protecting the environment. It reflects strong values and broad commitment to people and society. However, it doesn't clearly state the company's products or services, the target markets, or how it uses technology. Making it more specific would help both employees and the public understand the company's direction better. Although the mission and vision are shared during employee seminars and posted online, there is a need to regularly update and communicate them to all employees. Some staff goals are based only on daily tasks and don't always reflect the company's bigger goals. On a positive note, SM Prime's eco-friendly projects and support for green spaces show their real efforts towards sustainability and nation building, aligning with their long-term goals.
Good day, management. I am Johannes Solas and I'm here to present about the Porter's 5 analysis in the real estate industry. In this framework, it helps us find the pressure points in the industry and how we, as SM Prime, can handle them. As you can see in the table here, The threats of new entrants is weak. The bargaining power of buyers is moderate. The bargaining power of suppliers is moderate again. The threat of new substitutes is weak, and the industry rivalry is quite strong. Going back, why is the threat of new entrants a weak factor to consider? First of all, the real estate industry is a capital-heavy industry. You need permits, money, and strong supplier networks to get by. This creates a massive barrier for new startups. SM Prime already has the edge on this. It has strong brand recognition, scale, and relationships to back it up. Still, we should always keep an eye out on well-funded newcomers, especially those eyeing on niche areas like tech-driven housing or sustainable developments. Our recommendation for this is to continue to secure prime land and reinforce our digital and green development initiatives. The second factor that we can consider is the bargaining power of buyers, which can be considered moderate. Buyers nowadays have more choices and are more informed than ever, whether it's condo units, houses, retail space, or mall experiences. They can shop around, look around, and find a better price, and they will do just that. That said, our brand loyalty and wide presence gives us a huge buffer, but keep in mind, we need to deliver value consistently. Our recommendation for this is to provide a stronger focus on digital experiences, flexible pricing, and community events that will help us keep tenants and shoppers to come back. The third factor that we will consider is the bargaining power of suppliers, which has a moderate impact. Although material suppliers and contractors are abundant, prices for specialist inputs and laborers are rising. Current long-term contracts mitigate these risks, but reliance on imported materials leaves us vulnerable to foreign exchange and supply chain disruptions. Our recommendation for this is to explore local sourcing and even backwards integration, especially in construction materials. This helps us save on costs, boost resilience, and maintain quality. The fourth factor to consider is the threat of substitutes, which has a weak impact. Because while options like co-living spaces and online shopping do exist, they do not significantly replace the demand for SM Prime's integrated development, because the cultural preference for home ownership and physical retail experiences remain a strong anchor for Filipino families. Our recommendation is to reinforce mixed-use developments and differentiate the mall experience through experiential retail and community spaces. Now, moving on to the last and most critical factor, the industry rivalry, which has a strong impact. This is due to the fact that the real estate industry is mostly saturated, especially in the metropolitan Manila area. Competitors are aggressive in pricing, branding, and technology. Competitors include Ayala Land, which dominates the high-end segments, Robinsons that focuses on mixed use with strong office leasing, and Philinvest that captures eco-conscious and suburban markets. Our recommendation is to keep our lead. We need to double down on what makes us different, which is integrated communities, our scale, and a strong tenant ecosystem. These are the 5 factors that involve our Porter's 5 analysis. In summary, we are operating in an attractive but competitive market. If we stay focused on innovation, sustainability, and customer satisfaction, we will stay ahead of the curve and lead the pack in terms of the real estate industry. Now that we are done with the Porter's 5 analysis, let us now shift our focus to a quick overview of our 2 key competitors, Ayala Land and Robinsons, and where we stand in comparison. First of all, Ayala Land, the premium player, a rival in terms of popularity. Ayala Land plays at the upper end of the market, can be considered a luxurious brand, tech-forward, has great green developments, and great world-class branding. They are favorite among global retail brands and for high-income buyers. They're not competing with us in terms of volume or price, but they are setting the pace for quality, innovation, and sustainability. For us, SM Prime, that means pushing further on smart township projects and reinforcing SM Development Corporation as more than just affordable, but aspirational and lifestyle driven. Moving on to Robinson's Land, or the mid-market specialist, and our rival in the mid-tier market. Robinson's Land has done a solid job tapping and creating the foundation in the mid-tier market. Their office spaces have high occupancy and they're strong in affordable residential offerings. They're not just chasing volume and numbers, they're filling in gaps in the market, especially outside Metro Manila, particularly in Visayas and Mindanao. Compared to them, our edge is still scale and customer familiarity. But we need to stay aggressive in tenant engagement and flexible pricing, especially for mid-range malls and residential projects. In conclusion, Ayala Land challenges us in innovation and popularity. Robinson's Land, on the other hand, challenges us in flexibility and accessibility. But what we have and what we must protect is reach, brand loyalty, and integration. This is all for the competitors analysis.
Good day, everyone. So I'll walk you through the key external factors shaping SM Prime Holdings right now, focusing on political, economic, social, technological, and environmental areas. Starting with political and legal forces, the government Build program with 8.2 trillion in funding is a great boost for us. It should boost connectivity and drive up demand for our properties. However, we also need to be cautious. The new anti-POGO Act could lead to more office vacancies in Metro Manila, and tension in the West Philippine Sea could disrupt supply chains. Plus, stricter rules on real estate hiring mean we'll need to invest more in training and recruitment. It's a mixed bag but manageable with the right strategies. Now, moving on to economic forces, the outlook is quite positive. The economy is expected to grow by 5.2% this year, which usually translates to more spending and demand for real estate. But at the same time, the weaker peso and inflation around 2.9% could push our costs up, especially for construction materials and utilities. So while growth is good, cost management will be just as important. So let's talk about social forces. Urban populations are growing, which is great for expanding our projects. But we also see how e-commerce is changing consumer behavior. So to keep up, we'll have to strengthen our digital presence and find ways to blend online and offline shopping experiences. Plus, technology consumers is rising. It's perfect time to integrate more smart tech and sustainable features into our properties. While in technological forces, e-commerce is both a challenge and an opportunity for SM Prime Holdings. By upgrading our tech infrastructure, we can offer a seamless hybrid experience for customers. Investing in green technology like solar panels, it will also help us lower costs and attract eco-conscious tenants or customers. But as we become more digital, we also have to tighten cybersecurity to protect our data and customers' trust. And finally, the environmental forces. The Philippines is prone to natural disasters. So, disaster resilience need to be a top priority in our development. On the top of that, stricter environmental laws and growing expectation for sustainability give us a chance to lead by example, especially if we invest more in renewable energy and eco-friendly designs. In short, while the external environmental brings both challenges and opportunities, if we stay flexible, proactive, and innovative, SM Prime will continue to grow, stay competitive, and deliver greater value to all our stakeholders.
I'll be presenting the summary of the internal analysis of SM Prime Holdings Incorporation, one of the largest integrated property developers in Southeast Asia, specifically in the Philippines. Let's begin with strategy. SM Prime applies a diversified revenue approach by investing across malls, residentials, offices, and hotels, making it resilient against market downturns. under structure, the company follows a vertical functional setup with defined board committees, ensuring good oversight. For systems, SMPH uses SAP, ERP, CRM, DCMS, and security platforms to manage operations that could further enhance decision-making and collaboration. In terms of style, SMPH uses transformational and delegative leadership, resulting in high employee satisfaction with a 4.4 out of 5 rating on JobStreet. When it comes to staff, they have a pro-employee culture with the employees and excellent benefits, while skills are continuously developed through training and digital learning. And lastly, for shared values, the company promotes service, trust, and innovation. On the other hand, regarding the internal audit of the company, it highlights its key management, operational, and technological strengths. Let's begin with management audit. SM Prime practices strategic long-term planning led by an experienced board of directors, ensuring goals are aligned with their mission. Next is marketing. SM Prime maintains a strong market presence with effective segmentation and competitive pricing. In finance and accounting, the company showcases stable financial growth, strong internal controls, and sound debt management, supporting sustained expansion. In terms of research and development, it focuses on sustainability and innovation, including solar energy projects, smart city tech, and community feedback loops to improve initiatives and future planning. In production and operation, it emphasizes efficient supply chain and project management with vertical integration and IT-driven strategies. In the store segment, SM Prime small and residential projects are well located, mixed use, and environmentally friendly, supporting broad customer reach and tenant diversity. Finally, their computer information systems infrastructures, it anchored on ERP and CRM platforms, enhancing decision-making, efficiency, and customer engagement. Moving on, I'll be presenting the SWOT analysis of SM Prime Holdings Incorporation. Let's begin with the strengths. First, SM Prime has a strong financial position and access to capital, giving it the ability to fund expansion and innovation. Second, it boasts a large and diversified development portfolio ranging from malls and residentials to offices and hotels. Third, SM Prime is also a leader in sustainable real estate practices. Fourth, it leads in mall operation and tenant partnership that attracting both local and international brands. And lastly, it has strong supplier and contractor relationships, allowing it to manage costs, minimize delays, and maintain quality in large-scale projects. Now, let's look at weaknesses. Despite its strengths, SM Prime has high debt leverage, its low international presence, exposed to climate-related risks, have a heavy reliance on traditional mall-based income, and depends on imported materials and equipment, making it vulnerable to supply disruptions. Moving on to opportunities, favorable or low interest rate trend can support borrowing for long-term investment of the company. There's also a growing real estate market. The sustainability leadership aligns with global ESG trends. There's an increasing interest from global brands in entering the Philippine market. And lastly, the supply chains shift towards sustainability, which there's an opportunity to localize and strengthen green supply networks. Lastly, we turn to threats. May have an increase in interest rates that could raise borrowing costs. The domestic market is nearing saturation, which may limit future growth. The frequency of natural disasters in the Philippines poses constant operational risk. Also, with the rise of online shopping, mall traffic may decline. And finally, global supply chain constraints could disrupt construction and operations. In conclusion, SM Prime is a dominant and financially strong player in real estate with solid sustainability leadership. However, to maintain its edge, it must address external threats and internal vulnerabilities, particularly by diversifying income streams and expanding its international footprint.
As a part of our ongoing efforts to drive growth, I am presenting key strategies to enhance SM Prime Holdings' market position, focusing on product development, market expansion, and supply chain integration. Our first strategy is the Barkada Mallcation Promo Series, a year-round campaign offering team event packages for families, friends, and office groups during holidays and long weekends. These packages will include mall benefits like food and retail promotions, free cinemas passes, and staycation deals with partnered hotels. This initiative, marketed through social media, influencer partnership, and the SM Supermall app, targets younger audience and family planner, driving foot traffic and increasing tenant sales. Next, we recommend creating a centralized e-commerce and virtual mall platform linking our commercial, residential, and lifestyle properties. This platform will allow customers to shop, book services, attend virtual events, and explore leasing options online. While the initial investment is required, this digital platform will position SM Prime as a leader in blending physical and digital experiences, meeting customers' growing preference for online engagement. Our third strategy is aggressive regional expansion into the Visayas and Mindanao, areas with rising urbanization and middle class growth. Expanding beyond Metro Manila reduces dependency on Luzon and taps into emerging markets. Additionally, international expansion into Southeast Asia, particularly Vietnam and Indonesia, presents new opportunities with similar market dynamics and growing populations. This will diversify our revenue streams and mitigate the risk of the Philippine market fluctuations. Lastly, we recommend backward integration by investing in companies within our construction supply chain, such as cement, steel, and glass manufacturers. This will reduce reliance on third-party suppliers, ensure a steady supply of high-quality material, and mitigate risk from global supply chain disruption. Controlling the supply chain will also improve efficiency, enable sustainable material use, and help us meet green building standards, giving SM Prime a competitive edge. Ultimately, these strategies, innovative product development, market expansion, and backwards integration are designed to strengthen SM Prime's leadership, enhance our value proposition, and ensure long-term growth. So by embracing this strategy, we can meet evolving consumers' needs and maintain operational efficiency in a dynamic market.
We also recommend the following revised vision and mission statements. The new vision statement of SM Prime aims to become the top developer of eco-friendly, innovative, and community-focused properties in the Philippines by 2030. It is clear, inspiring, future-oriented, and includes a timeline which helps guide company goals and strategies. The revised mission statement explains the company's purpose: to provide sustainable and modern developments like malls, residences, and offices that meet the changing needs of customers in Asia. It highlights values such as technology use, employee support, long-term value, and social responsibility. It also shows care for the environment and national progress. Together, the revised statements clearly define SM Prime's direction and purpose. For them to be effective, they must be well communicated across the company through training, meetings, and internal messaging, so everyone can align with the company's long-term goals. So in conclusion, the business strategy analysis confirms that SM Prime remains a strong, resilient, and well-positioned company in the real estate and property development sector. Our diversified portfolio, brand equity, and commitment to customer experience continue to be our key strengths. However, like all growing companies, we must remain agile, especially in facing challenges such as economic fluctuations, regulatory changes, and increasing competition. The recommendations provided in this report are intended to support sustainable growth, enhance operational efficiency, and ensure that our strategic direction remains aligned with both market demands and stakeholder expectations. As part of our commitment to excellence, we believe this analysis can serve as a helpful resource in our future planning sessions, and I look forward to collaborating with all departments as we take these insights into action. Thank you for your time, for your continued dedication to making SM Prime a leader not only in business, but in building lasting value for our communities and our investors.